people, welcome back to the channel, welcome to Notch to 11 and welcome to a beautiful day. We have had the most horrendous weather here in the UK over the last couple of days. Constant rain, literally 24 hours a day. So I've been trying and itching to get out onto the fields whilst I'm still off work, and it hasn't happened, but it has today, and we've been replaced after all the rain with beautiful blue skies. So I'm really looking forward to today. I'm back on my permission. We've been scuppered slightly because when I got here I didn't know there's a big pheasant shoot going on, so I'm going to have to probably dodge the shooters throughout the day, which yeah, that's interesting. That should be fun. So just stay well and truly out of their way for obvious reasons, especially wearing camouflage. So yeah, we're back on the permission. We've got about 5 or 6 hours. We're just going to have a mooch, basically, as a result of the pheasant shoot. We're just going to mooch around onto various fields, keeping out of their way, and see what we can find. So it's beautiful, it's pleasant. Let's get on with it. See you in a bit. Well, folks, the weather's turned. The wind's picked up. It's been a very frustrating 2 hours. Yes, you come to me for the first find. Well, it's not even a find really. It's that. So this is the first video to show you, and I thought I'd just stop 2 hours in. I'm getting very frustrated, but I will persevere. I've got a pretty good easygoing manner most of the time, so I will continue, I will persevere, but I've got about 3 hours left. I'm 2 hours in, and this is the reality of metal detecting, folks. I've had to avoid obviously all the shooters and the dogs and the beaters as well. It's been a frustrating couple of hours, and sometimes it doesn't go for you. You know, we see these videos, myself included, where we find all this wonderful stuff and we're so very lucky to do it, but the reality is sometimes it just doesn't go for you. So if you're new to detecting and you do get frustrated, then do rest assured that we all have days like that, I can assure you. And that's all I've found so far. You know, some shotties, few scraps of lead, a very broken up button, and a bit of green, which is just cack. So yeah, that's all for 2 hours. So we've got to crack on. We've got to keep the old pecker up, as they say. And hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Or the first one. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Right, you can probably hear shooting. I don't know whether it'll pick it up or not, but it's going on all around me. It's definitely starting to be one of those days. But we've got a 65, so we're going to attempt a live dig. Give it a whirl. It's a pretty good... Where is it? There it is. It's a repeatable 65, and it's 65 on all angles. So we're going to try and do a live dig to hopefully turn the tide in our favour. So let's give it a whirl. As more shotguns go off all around me. Well, I think I can see it already. That's it, isn't it? Something square. What are you? Are you anything of note? No, I don't think you are. No, the tides have yet to turn. There's a little hole in it, but I think it's just a bit of green. Okay, let's crack on. Well, it's like the battle of the OK Corral here. There's gunshots everywhere. We've got an 82, 83. Not sure it's that deep, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, guns going off everywhere. And I just saw a pheasant fly over my head, so I can tell you at least one got away. Right. No, it's still in the hole. Right, let's have a look. It's there. What we got? Ah, nuts. It's not happening. It's a lump of lead. Oh well, moving on. Well, we just had one in the 80s, but it's very jumpy, so I didn't bother filming it. And it's that. No idea. Very green. And that kind of looks like maybe that's a foot of something. So maybe an old pot or something like that. It's not bronze, I don't think. It's only not heavy enough, but it's, yeah, well, it's interesting. But I've no idea. If you have, do let me know. Yeah, it's one of those. See you in a bit. Next one. Following a theme. Bit of green. Probably was something once upon a time, but now we'll never know. Right, we need to change your fortunes. Right, let's have a cup of coffee. See you in a bit. Well, that was a nice coffee. Hopefully that video of my coffee break has come through okay. I got myself a new camera. You might have noticed in the previous few videos, now and again you get a slightly different approach, slightly different angle, slightly different take. That's because I've got a 360 degree camera now, which is going to be hopefully bringing you some slightly different perspectives to the digging. One perspective we can't get away from at the moment though, unfortunately, is that despite the coffee break, we've started again with CAC. Interesting CAC, mind. I think that says sphere and a number 40. So whatever a sphere 40 was is now what I've now got in my hand. Yeah, there's a little bit of gold and silver poking out, which got me excited. But of course, it's CACage. See you in a bit. Right. This is it. I hope. Got a lovely 88. Unwavering. So let's give it a whirl and hope. If you're still with me, you've been very patient. Thank you very much. Oh, got to laugh, haven't you? Oh, well, all the ground means that the clods aren't coming up particularly well because they're just falling apart. Or the rain, sorry, did I say that? Oh, I don't know, I'm losing the plot. Yeah, we had a lot of rain, so the clods aren't coming out particularly well. It's out, 89 it says on the VDI. Oh my God. Cow tag. And the next one. 89. Out there. Still there. Quite deep actually then, as it turns out. Oh God. What are you? Right. Let me come and show you. That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the world's biggest Jew's harp. Congratulations, you've seen it here first. Well, we're getting close to the end now, and it's, yeah, not gone to plan. But, and it is a big but, I had a very, very good 75 down in that hole. I've just kind of pulled my hand out, and I've seen an edge, and I quickly got the camera out. I don't know if you can see it, actually. Just at the end of my finger there. Yeah, right. Let's wait no longer. Let's see what we've got. Right, what on earth are you? Button? Calling. Doesn't feel like a button, I have to say. Please be a coin. Okay, let's give it a wash and I'll be back in a sec. Well, I'm going to say coin. If you can see that. Try not to put too much mud on it. Here we are. It's got something on it, isn't it? With the pips in the middle. And if we turn it over, there's yet more writing. It's not in very good condition, but I rather think that isn't a button. I rather think that's an old Jetton or something like that. So that's cool. That might have just saved the day actually, although we still have got about an hour and a half left. Yeah, cool. All right, well, if you've got any ideas, shove it down in the comments as to what that might be, and then we'll have a proper look at it when we get back home. Awesome. Hopefully you're a day saver, mate. See you in a bit. Next one was a 62. Straight after that little coin or whatever it is. And that's quite decorative, isn't it? So maybe, just maybe, after all this mooching around, I may have found a little busy patch. Let's hope so. See you in a bit. Well, the next one I wasn't going to film. I thought it was yet another shard of lead, and it probably is, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of lozenge shape. Is there detail on that? Don't know. I think it's something, but I'm not sure exactly what. But yeah, that's quite interesting. That's 3 interesting finds on the bash, which we don't mind at all. So yeah, let's keep hoping. See you in a bit. Oh, we're running out of time now. Next one was in the 60s. Hope this is coming through, by the way. We've had a really windy day. It's turned out to be really quite breezy. Anyway, yeah, we got a 58 on the surface. I've been scraping away with the pinpointer, and I've got it. Oh yeah, it's still on. I've got it roughly here, he says. About there. Right. Oh, it's on my pinpointer. Oh, go, shut up. Where's it gone? Oh, it's still on there. There we are. What have we got next? 58, wasn't it? It's thin, whatever it is. Can you see? Oh, no way. I don't believe it. Oh, I could cry. I genuinely could cry. I've had the worst day you can imagine. That, oh, it's got to be, isn't it? That's a hammered coin. Oh my God. What was it, 50s or 60s? I can't remember now. It's got to be. Right. Oh, you absolute beauty. That's why you got to persevere. If you're new to this hobby, you just got to stick with it. Because some days, you just doesn't go for you. Right, I'm not going to scrub it anymore on my finger. Amazing. Right, let me just give it a quick wash and I'll be back to you in a sec. In fact, oh, I dropped it. In fact, let's do it together. Oh, it's so sticky. Yeah, that's definitely silver. Oh, I can't believe that. I cannot believe it. How is your luck, Marcus? How is your luck? Right, it's not coming up very well. Let me just give it a wipe on the towel gently. It's minuscule, by the way. So hard to say who it is. Yeah, not sure. Is that a shield? Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's very nice. Looks like a shield of some description, doesn't it? A little bit bent in places. Trying to get a monarch off it, but I think I can see a crown there, can't you? Right, okay, let me give it a bit more of a scrub off camera. If I get anything else off it, I'll let you know. If not, we'll have a proper look at it back at the ranch. But that's a hammered coin. Oh my days, that has made my day. I cannot believe it. How is your luck? Amazing. Right, let's crack on. See you in a bit. Woohoo! Well, always carry some foil with you, as you can see. I've just given it a wipe with with a little bit of foil and spit, and that is definitely the bust of someone facing left with a crown on. And I'm thinking Carolus, I'm thinking Charles. Looks familiar to me, but I might be wrong. I haven't wiped that side particularly, but yeah, just to give it a little field clean, just to see if we can work out who he is. Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Right, I'm waffling now. You've had 2.5 minutes this or so. It's a hammered coin. It saved the day for sure, and we'll look at it properly back home. Excellent. See if we can find a couple more. Well, that's it. It's the end of the day. Time to go home. I've had about 6 or so hours. A frustrating start, but a wonderful end with a few great finds, including a wonderful, I think it's a Charles I hammered coin. And then we finished off with it. Literally, I'm just about to walk off the field and over the bridge and home now. And I found this nail in the 60s, and I was about to chuck it in my bag when I saw that edge. And then when I turned it over and gave it a wipe, could that be a silver nail? I think it could be, you know. Well, it's definitely silver, just whether it's silvered or whether it's actual silver, I don't know. And why would it be a nail? Presumably tacked into something as a decoration. But yeah, wow, what an end. You can't fault that, can we? So let's hope that is a bit of silver. But I'm not going to worry too much if it's not, because I've had a great day, albeit the last half an hour or so. Anyway, thanks as always, really do appreciate it. I'll see you soon. There we are. If ever there was a demonstration of perseverance, this is it. I've counted the finds table, and this doesn't include all the aluminium rubbish. I dug well over 70 holes that day. I had a nightmare being chased by dogs and shooters and beaters, so it was a real frustrating day, but it just goes to show sometimes you've got to stick with it. Doesn't always mean it's going to pay off, but luckily for me, this time around, it did. In terms of what we got, I shan't dwell upon it because there's a couple of bits to talk about. We got tons of cack in Cack Corner, tons of lead. We had a handful of nondescript buttons. We had this kind of foot of something or other. And we had this really nice piece of pottery, which I didn't film. And it's only when I cleaned it up, I saw the kind of scales on it. So that was obviously some sort of fish or dragon once upon a time. So that's very cool. That would have been lovely, wouldn't it? We did find right at the end, and bearing in mind, this row here is pretty much everything that I found right at the end of the day. So up until that point, it had been a nightmare. We found a musket ball and a pistol shot. We found a decorative piece. We found this piece, which is quite decorative. Only when I cleaned it did I see that it's probably come off a little pendant or something. And we found a little silvered nail, which presumably, it's not silver, but it was silvered. So it presumably came off either some furniture or something decorative. Another little bit of decoration. Again, looks like it had a bit of a loop on it. Looks familiar, but I can't place it. And then last but by no means least, the 3 finds, I guess. This thing, which I presume is a lead token, now I've cleaned it. Not much detail on it, but I'll take that any day of the week. And then the 2 finds that saved the day. We've got this little copper, I think it's a copper hammered coin or a copper token or something like that. I'll put some stills up. In the middle, it's got an I, an S, and an S. There's some pips and there's some writing around the outside. And on the other side, somewhere on there, you probably can't make it out, but you probably can see the M-A-K. It's something maker in the middle, and then some more writing around the outside. So probably a copper jeton or token of some description. Can't ID it on the internet at the moment, but if you do know what it is, give me a shout. And the find that saved the day, perseverance is key. Wow, look at that tiny little hammered coin. I think it's a penny. It's Charles I. As you can see, there's Carolus. He's bust on the facing left, and his shield on the back. And as we know, 1625 to 1649. He wasn't a very popular king. In fact, he fell out with the Parliament, and he fell out with the Church, and caused the English Civil War. And inevitably, he paid with it with his head. So there we are. That's him, and it's a beauty. Really, really pleased with that. Just goes to show you've got to stick with it sometimes, and eventually, luckily for me anyway, it paid off. So thanks as always, really do appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for the support. Don't forget the LP code, we're through into the new year now. So if you're going to treat yourself, don't forget you can get 10% off, and the code's coming up right now. See you soon.